Everybody, welcome to the March version of the Ask Me Anything, hosted by me, Roger, Bob, and anybody else that wants to answer questions. Does anybody have any questions?
I've got a question.
Hi, Tommy, go ahead.
Hey, so two, what was it, two operating systems ago, I could set up my background to use any photograph in my photos album,
Mm-hmm.
but I can only get one or two now. Is this is this something I'm missing? Or
No,
is
you
this
should be able to choose any of the photos in your library.
no? I
So,
had them. I chose them all and have them rotate.
okay, and let me go into the setting for that. Give me
So
a
just to
second.
clarify, you're talking about for your screensaver?
Yes. No, not from my screensaver. It will go through when it comes on, it goes through all my photographs. But for my wallpaper,
Wallpaper. So that is under um they keep on moving everything.
Yeah.
It's easier just to right click and change wallpaper. Okay, yeah, under wallpaper. So if you go down to the um let's see, pictures, and you have to create a folder,
put all
or
my
or hold on a second, in pictures, desktop pictures.
where are you, Kevin?
Kevin,
Tommy,
it's under wallpaper and add a
yeah,
folder.
I've got that. So on the very, very bottom is there should be a folder called pictures, and that's stuff that's in your picture album. I don't see any, add folder or album.
Yeah.
So once you add your folder, I'm gonna pick one. Hold on a second. Um,
Where's the add folder or album?
so up on the very, very top, you'll
I've
see
got all,
your,
wait a minute, I've got all photos at the very bottom. I never tried
okay,
that.
so if it's all photos, um, those, is it all photos or all pictures? Because when you add an album, the name of the album should come up.
Well, I'm happy with all photos.
Okay. And what happens if you click the first icon all the way to the left? Does it have a circle around it?
I'll circle inside it.
Yeah. So if you select that, then all the photos that's in that library will share. But I don't think there's an, oh, yeah, there is an all photos one. So yeah, if you have all photos, that should select, and on the right-hand side, it should tell you how many photos are in there.
On the right-hand side.
So you see where it says all photos?
That's what I want.
Okay, so underneath all photos, select the item that's right underneath where it says all photos.
Okay, let me check and see what I've got now.
Okay, and once you select that, then it should rotate them.
Okay. Okay, great. I'm not at home, so I don't have my multiple screens to work with. I could try that.
Okay.
Got it. Hey, that's great. Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions?
I have a question.
Hi, Gina.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
So it used to be that if I had my phone with me, it would keep track of like my steps and all those stats. The other day I forgot to put my Apple Watch on and I was out and I went to go check to see how many steps I had tracked, and it wasn't showing, it showed zero. So it used to be I didn't need my watch if I had my phone on me, it would track it. So I kept playing with everything in the fitness app and in the apps and everything. I'm not really sure. I'm sure it's a setting, and I wasn't able to figure out which one it was.
I think it's in is it the health app?
Right.
No, there's a setting that you have to turn on. You have to tell it what your stride is, and you have to calibrate it. I know that. Let me see the summary. Let me go back to settings. Yeah, it's not in the settings. I forgot. I know it used to be in the settings where you could tell it to use your Apple Watch, your iPhone, or a combination of both.
Okay.
And I don't know where they put that anymore.
Okay. So
Um,
I'm in the health app.
yeah, let me just Google it real quick. Um,
Yeah.
use iPhone. Yeah, it says it's in the health app. Navigate to browse section to view your steps.
Hold on. Um, okay, so I'm not going into fitness, I'm going into health. Okay. And
Yeah,
then,
click on browse, which is the one all the way on the right.
okay, yep, got that.
And then let me see if I search for steps. Yeah,
Ability.
steps. So do a search for steps. And you should get something like, I don't know if you could see this, but your steps will show up.
Right. I didn't see what you had up, but I do have a thing. Data, it says data and then steps.
Right.
Okay. So
So
it is
now
showing. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
one of the things is when you say you have your iPhone with you,
Right.
is it in your purse or is it on in a holster on your hip?
Usually my back pocket of my pants.
Okay, that'll work because it has to notice that motion, that up and down motion
Right.
to generate a step.
Right.
Um,
Um, all right. So I am seeing that it tracked my steps today because I forgot to put my watch in the charger last night. So I wasn't wearing it. So on fitness, where it has the circles, though,
mhm.
it's not showing it there, and it used to show up on there.
In fit anything in the fitness app, you actually have to manually start and stop it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I don't recall having to do that before. Was that a change that they've made?
It was a change a couple of operating systems ago. They may have an automatic start feature that you
Oh,
could turn on, but I don't use the fitness app only because I'm lazy. Um, yeah, so I don't even know if I have the fitness. Yeah, I do have fitness on here. Let me see. It says welcome to fitness. Okay, continue. Okay, get started. And I should get out of that. Get out of that. And yeah, no, my fitness shows my step counts and all that for today.
all right. So your circles are like filled or like
Can you see this?
yes. So what
So
did
I just opened the fitness app. I've never used it before.
this is what mine's looking like today.
You may want to restart your phone.
I okay. I did do that. Um, let me do it now though again. I Googled the crap out of this the other day and I went into all the settings and I
Now, when you restart your phone, how do you restart your phone?
with the button on the side. Is
Um,
there
that's
another way?
not, there's a different way. So what you have to do is you have to tap the up volume, then the down volume, and then press and hold the power button.
Okay. Up button.
Down button. Now hold the power button.
Now hold the power button. Okay.
Now what you're going to see difference from before is you won't see the medical thing on the bottom.
Okay. This is what's
And
showing.
just keep on holding. That's it. That's resetting the phone.
Okay. Now, when it resets it, though, I didn't lose any data, did
Nope,
I?
you don't lose any data. It just will clear any OS bugs or gremlins that are sitting there.
Okay, hold on. It's turning on. Trying to find my. Okay, so let's go back to that now.
So are your steps showing in health?
My steps are showing in health, yeah, but
Then
they're
they should show in the fitness.
yeah, it's not.
Um, um, let me see here.
The last date it's showing any steps on here is
Mm-hmm.
October 17th.
Yesterday.
No, October.
Okay, go into your settings and go to fitness.
We're in March.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, say that again.
go into your settings and then go to fitness.
Hold on.
Goodness.
I'm in settings. Where would I find fitness? Should I go into apps?
I just do search.
Okay, hold on. I always forget I can do that. Okay,
And make sure live activities is turned on.
it is.
It should be working.
Hence my question.
That might be something for the Genius Bar.
Okay,
You might want to try to turn off live activities and then turn it back on, see if that makes a difference.
okay. Just did that. Hold on.
So,
You might want to also go to her watch settings on the phone, and underneath the watch settings there's a button called activity, which is that, and make sure that the necessary stuff is pushed there so that her watch is recording those remote.
Okay, so I'm on my Apple Watch, and you said go to
The
okay.
application, your Apple Watch application on your phone.
Right, so that's where I am. Okay, so then I went to activity, and then what did you say to make sure is
Well, I
turned on?
just said I don't know which one, but but touch activity, and then there's a bunch of buttons there. Make sure that all the buttons are pushed, and I'm not sure which one.
Yeah, they're all
all
on.
of mine are. That's
Yeah,
all I can say.
Yeah, they're all on. Those are all on. All right,
At the top where it says allow notifications, is that checked?
hold on. Let me go back to that. Hold on.
yeah, I have all of that stuff turned off on mine and it's still working. So,
Activity, yeah, it says I have three choices: allow notifications, send to notification center, and notifications off. I have send to notification center, but that wouldn't have anything to do with the steps getting sent from
no.
my phone to from my watch to my phone. And it's interesting because October, which is the last time it recorded anything, I wasn't even in the US. I was out of the country.
Now, well, question about that is, did you do the OS upgrade out of the country, or did you do it in the US?
No, I
The
didn't do it.
latest.
I didn't do any upgrades out of the country. The
Okay.
one that just happened like 2 nights ago. There was one that just went through.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was here. I was here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying in October, because October is when the main operating systems come out. So like
Okay.
Watch OS 10 came out in October. When you installed Watch OS 10, were you in the US or were you in outside the country?
I really can't recall, but I don't think I did any updates while I was out of the country.
Okay. Yeah, you might want to bring it over to the Genius Bar.
Okay.
And
And
by the way, there's been some issues. People online are reporting that the iOS update 8.3.2 brought some issues on the iPhone that they may have to fix with a next update.
yeah, Chris just sent me something, Gina. You might want to try this. On your phone,
Okay.
go to settings, the privacy and security.
Hold on. Okay.
Go to motion and fitness.
Okay.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna do it myself. I don't even see motion and fitness.
It's
Wall screen sounds.
Below the
Oh,
accessories.
yeah. After you go down, you're gonna go past wallet, and then it goes accessories, Bluetooth, camera.
I got it.
Yeah.
So click on motion and fitness and make sure in there everything is turned on.
Everything except Waze is turned on. It says fitness and tracking, barometer plus, health. They're all turned on.
And you might want to toggle that and see if that makes a change after a day or so.
On the fitness and tracking?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Apple Watch is not connected. And then it says here in the Health app, set to use the iPhone data. So in Health, you want to select devices. Let me do this. See what browse. Yes. Health app says open up Health app, tap your profile icon, there goes. So in the Health, open up Health. At the main screen on the top right, you'll see your icon that you use for iCloud. Tap on that.
Wait a second. Am I still in privacy and security?
Nope. You're going into the Health app now.
The Health app. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm there. Okay, now where am I going?
Okay, above all the sections,
Now,
there's
when
to the right of where it says browse is an icon.
Hold on,
It's-
when I just opened it, this showed up. Hold on, which didn't show up before.
What does it say?
It says improve health and activity. You can help develop, improve health and activity features by sharing some of your data with Apple. So don't share my data or?
Yeah, it's up to you.
Okay.
I'd say don't share it.
Yeah, that's what I just did. Okay, hold on.
Okay, now.
All right, so now I'm on the summary. Okay.
Okay. You see where it says where the search is all the way up on top? Or actually to the right of where it says summary, there's an icon there.
Like my photo icon.
Right, your photo. Tap that.
Yeah.
Then go all the way down and tap on devices under privacy.
Okay.
and make sure your phone is listed in there. Wow, I have about 40 items listed.
I was going to say, I have a ton of items here, a bunch of iPhones. I'm not even sure which one is mine. One on top. iPhone. Activity steps. Okay, so it's showing that it's recording it in the health. It's showing all the steps that in the health app.
Okay.
Headphone, double.
Yeah, as long as it's paired, it should be working.
I don't know. I mean, the steps are showing in the health app. It's just not showing in the fitness app.
In fitness. Yeah, see if any of the settings that we did change over the next day or two.
Okay.
And if it doesn't, I would just go over to the Genius Bar and ask them.
Okay.
They may have some better information on that.
Okay. All right. I'll keep an eye on it. I'll see what happens. Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions?
I do.
Go for it. That was Tommy.
Yeah. My watch had optimized sharing, optimized charging, and it would charge to 3/4, and that works fine. And once I said, if you want, the little note came up that press the crown 3 times if you want to charge it fully. I was going on a red eye, so I did that. And now I don't know how to set it back to optimize charging. And I went on the watch and I have optimized charging selected, but it still charges 100%.
It really which Apple Watch do you have?
10.
And how low does it get before you drop it on the charger?
I only use about 15 or 20%.
Okay. And you drop it on every night when you're at 15 to 20% down?
Yes.
So optimal charging will bring it up to 80%. So if you're below 80, it brings it up to 80, then pauses, wait till it thinks that you're going to ready to use it. If you're above 80% and you drop it on the charger, it'll automatically charge it up to 100%.
No, it's below 75%, which is what the optimized charging was doing before. I pressed the crown 3 times.
You shouldn't have to press the crown. When I drop my watch on the charger, it brings it up to show the optimized charging. And then if you press and hold the display, a prompt would come up and say, "Would you like to fully charge the Apple Watch now?"
I don't want it. It is charging it.
So when you put it on the charger, when that icon first comes up, press and hold down on the display and see if something comes up then.
On the display,
yeah.
Not the crown.
I've never seen anything on the crown for charging.
Okay. Okay, I'll try that.
Hey, Kevin, on my Series 6, I click the percentage of the charge. The circle in the upper left corner, not the whole display. Just the circle.
Well, on my watch, when you put it on, that circle is whole screen.
Oh.
For a second or two, and that's when I press it. But yeah, if it's already shrunk down to the corner, then Tommy, you would press and hold the icon in the corner for the charge amount.
Okay. Okay. I'll try that. Thank you.
Anybody else got any questions?
Yeah, a lot of people get confused with that 80% charging thing.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I have gotten my new computer and I have set it up, but I'm finding that for some reason or another, I feel like that not all my emails coming. And I wondered, I thought maybe it might be a problem with iCloud or something. But I have 4 accounts. I've got one Apple account, I've got 2 Gmail accounts, and a Yahoo account on there.
Okay, say that again, Jerry. I'm sorry.
Well, I've got my mail has 4 accounts. One's Apple,
Uh-huh.
two are Gmail, and one's a Yahoo account. I was wondering, is there a place in those account settings where I might have to click it to make sure that I get that email when I'm supposed to?
Well, I believe the Apple account is push. Gmail and Yahoo, there should be a setting in your phone as to how often those accounts are set um to check for new data. So sometimes they're set for every 15,
This is on my new M3 Studio.
even on your M3. First off, can you take off your or turn on your video?
Sure.
Only because it took me a while to try to figure out who was talking.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
was
Yeah,
easy.
same thing. So when you go into the Mail app, if you go to your settings, let me pull this up. And let's see. Yeah, there goes Mail. So click on one of your accounts, say your Yahoo account, and then click on
How
server.
about the Apple or one of the Gmail accounts? Yahoo, I don't use much.
Well, your Gmail account. I don't have one on this account. Let me go on to another
I can
computer.
try
Hold on.
Yahoo.
Well, let me log into Sue's computer real quick. I'm on the server, so it's easy to pull this up. Her iMac control. Okay, that on this screen. Because she uses Gmail, I don't.
Well, I had my first problem was with Gmail, but it was simply a matter of just supplying the password, and that was the end of that problem, I think.
Yeah.
But I just have the feeling that, usually well, of course, I've been using SpanSift for a long time. I may have trained it to the point where
That could be, or it could just be that yeah, Gmail doesn't have a setting. At least I don't see one where it has a setting for how often to receive mail. And I don't believe Gmail is push. So it may be checking every minute, every 2 minutes, or maybe every 15 minutes. I don't know.
Okay, I will look for those because I've been looking for. There used to be one where you could say check for mail.
Yeah.
Now, right, or something like that. That one's disappeared too, I think.
Nope. There's a check for mail icon up on top. It looks like an envelope.
You mean in the menu bar?
No, if you look at the top of your mail program,
Oh, okay.
up on top there's I guess a toolbar, and one of the icons there is a little envelope. It should be right to the left of compose new mail.
I don't see it. Do I need to be in a certain place? I'm on an inbox. I'm on my Apple inbox.
Yeah, it's above your inbox on your Mac.
I see 3 dots, one red, yellow, and green.
Okay, all the way to the right. So go to the right above the messages. There's a toolbar there. And let me see.
There's a search bar thing. That's all I can see over there.
Do you see anything to the left of search?
No. Just
Okay.
It talks about font.
So here's what you need to do. Hit Command Option and then the T button while in the mail program.
Command Option and the what?
T for toolbar.
Oh, T. Okay.
Now do you see icons there?
No?
The Get Mail icon was not in my toolbar, but when I option clicked on the toolbar, it said Customize Toolbar. And then, yes, I was able to move
Okay.
a
So
Get Mail.
if I do a right click on there, I can customize the toolbar.
Right.
Yes.
That may be
And
where
one
it
of the
is.
options is a Get Mail icon.
Yeah. There's an item on the bottom of there, Jerry, with it's a default set. You could actually grab the default set and move it up.
Oh, the whole thing up there?
Yeah.
I don't see Get Mail in that one either, though.
It's in there.
No, you're right. Okay. But there isn't a single one, huh?
Yeah, there is above it. So if you only want the single one up there, you could do that.
That's what I'll do.
Okay.
I don't do things the same way the engineers at Apple do.
That's the one thing I love about Macs is that you could do it your way, I could do it my way, and both are correct.
Sometimes you can.
Well,
sometimes you can. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it.
not a problem. Anybody else?
Yeah, speaking of email, I've noticed that within the last 7 to 10 days, when the email that I sent using my iCloud account doesn't go to the people that I'm sending it to. When I send it, it will show when I click on the account and to look for under sent, it shows me that it was sent. But if I send it to Mrs. Jones never got it, or Mr. Smith never got his email. Now, and I thought maybe it was my account. Now, but it appears that it's only happening on my iMac, and I have a new iMac with an M3 chip in it. And so I don't know. And this is just this. It was working a week or so ago, and I'm wondering if it's related to an upgrade, or that I did something that all of a sudden the stuff isn't going out.
Chances are Apple has one thing in mail that a lot of people don't know about. It's a section called previous recipients. So if you're in your 2 box or the CC box or the BCC box, and you type anything in there, whether it's an email address or just a word, that gets added to your previous recipients. And there's lots of times that if you have the wrong email address for somebody and their name is, say, Steve Haynes, I'm going to use your name, for example. If I have one email address for you and you change your email address and you tell me you changed your email address, if I send it to Steve Haynes, it'll look in my previous recipients and that'll override anything else. So if you accidentally one time put a period someplace that was wrong, it's very hard to fix. So what you do is you go into your previous recipients and go down that long list and clean out anything that does not look normal, or you could delete everything in there. You don't have your speaker on.
I'm sorry. Where is previous?
It's under the word window.
It's under the word window in your menu bar in the mail program.
Good idea to clean that out every once in a while, because that could be a problem.
I see that. I will do that. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I have a client that used to type her emails in the 2 box. So every time I went over there, I had to take the word out I'd go down all the lists and see all these hundreds of words in there.
Okay.
And it used to mess things up.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions?
Yeah, thank you. That is a very informative information you gave me. But what you're saying is I have it up on a screen now, I'm looking at it, but you only want to get rid of the ones that you may know are wrong or are
Or you can get rid of everything. If the person is in your contacts, it'll fill up from your contacts.
Automatically?
automatically as soon
Well,
as you send out an email to somebody.
then you're saying it, because I have some that just have dates in them, like last used, but there's no name for some
That's
reason. But
because that's because you made a mistake and you hit a space bar or something in your address field.
So you're recommending or suggesting it won't
Just clear
hurt
it.
me to clear it?
Not
So
at all.
now let's go through how to clear it.
On the bottom, there should be a button that says remove all items.
Right, remove from list.
Yeah. So
Oh.
hold on a second. Let me pull it up.
Yeah.
And yeah, just
Well, maybe
you have to highlight everything that you
yeah, I
want.
guess you'd go from the top with a shift key to the bottom.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I usually go through and I just look at weird email addresses and anything that's not normal, I empty out, but I'm pretty good about that stuff. So,
Well, maybe I'll do that. But there's a lot of those just dates where I've made it. Actually, I've never done this, so 4 or 5 years maybe of
yeah, so you can have a lot of really weird stuff in there. And the ones that you have to look at are the ones that like I'll say support and stuff like that.
right.
And the reason being is that when like say for example you're writing a software company that has a support line and you're starting a new email and you type support at or whatever, it'll look at your previous recipients and fill it from there rather than the address that you think you're typing.
It also, because sometimes we'll send it to the wrong person. If you maybe put the first name in and you've got a couple like that.
Right. So
Yeah,
that's why clearing this list is important.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. Because before the way I did it was you would click on it and then it said remove from recipients list, and then you'd have to take it out and add it. So this is a much more effective, and since you told me if I'm sending Chris an email, he'll come up automatically when I type Chris in or the other Chris.
If he's in your contacts, yes.
Yeah. Well, that's a very good tip.
Yeah, but Kevin, how about the inverse? What if I wasn't in Gary's contacts and he wanted to send me an email?
As long as he knows your email address.
But what if he forgot it and he was relying on it being in previous recipients?
Then if he cleared it, it would be gone until you sent him an email and he replied.
Yeah.
So that's why I said it's most people only send emails to people that are in their contacts. And when you do that, if you clear this list, it's fine. If you don't, you should clear the list or look at the list every now and again and just clean out what you know is wrong. And especially if you know somebody has changed their email address, you need to make sure that you clear it up in here. Or if somebody has, another thing is that when somebody has two email addresses, somebody has a work and a home, when you type in their email address, you want to make sure that you're sending it to the right one. Because the only thing that you'll see is the name.
Kevin, I missed how to get to this list.
So go into your mail program and under window, go down to previous recipients.
I'd click the mail icon and it talks about my mailboxes. So I'm
okay. So first off, do you use the mail application on your computer?
I was looking at my phone rather than the computer.
I don't know where they have this on the phone or if it's on the phone.
Okay.
Because I know on the computer it's independent.
Okay, I hadn't looked on my Air.
I was just looking at mine, and I've got stuff that goes way back to 2020.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Once you started, it's really not too bad. Once you started, it highlights. Let's say if you start at the top and you eliminate that one, it'll automatically bring up the next one. So you can just kind of keep clicking it, and you'll wipe them out one at a time.
Yeah, well, the way I normally do it, I tell people is start by the email address. You click on where it says email, and then anything that is not an actual email address usually shows up at the top.
Right. Yep.
And you clear all of those out first.
Yep.
Say that again.
So if you click on, like say if that you have words in there, if you click on where it says email, you'll see those up on top.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Same thing with name. If you do it by names. So
I see something interesting. I'm looking at my previous recipients list. Some of the names have a little icon to the left of the name, and it says it's a person in a circle.
that means they're in your
Hovering
contacts.
over it, it says this contact is in your contacts.
Oh,
Right.
So, I can get rid of those because it's in my contacts.
yeah.
It's just the other ones.
No
I got
circle.
one for Roger Harmon that doesn't say it's in my contacts. I guess he's
Yeah.
not one of my friends.
I have the same thing. It's his Chola boy is not in my contacts. I guess I should fix that.
That's Choya Bay.
Something like
Okay.
that.
Anybody else? Gina, I hear you talking, but I don't.
There you go. I'm trying to. This comes up. I don't know if you can see it.
What's it
I
say?
don't guess it's.
Put it
says,
in front of your face.
And hold it still.
Let me zoom in. Hold on. Nope. Yeah, I can't read it.
Okay, it says occasionally this comes up when, like, if I go to messages, or if I go to my email, this will maybe pop up, and it says cannot verify server identity. The identity of quote data.nba.net unquote cannot be verified. And then down at the bottom I have details or cancel. I've looked at details and it doesn't tell me anything, and I just hit cancel and then I can proceed. And it's not a big deal, but it's just it comes up, and I I figured someplace along the line I must have tried to maybe get into that, use that, but it obviously didn't work or something, and I'm just wondering where I can look to get rid of that.
Look for that address in your contacts. So it may be in your contacts, or it may be an unsent mail that is still trying to be sent to somebody that you had the wrong address for.
Oh, all right. All right.
That falls into the same thing with like previous recipients. If you type in something and it's sending it to the wrong address, and then you go to send something to somebody else, it might pull up the wrong address for that person, and then they're not getting the email.
Okay. All right. I'll look for that. All right. Thanks.
Gina, you had a question?
Yeah, it's not. I have an older HP printer that died on me. I replaced it. I futzed around with it. It kept giving me a message about the contacts. It wasn't recognizing like the ink jet contacts or something. I pulled the whole thing apart. I cleaned it up, whatever. So I've replaced it, but I've got it sitting here. Should I just put it out by the curb? Do you know anybody who likes to futz with those kind of things? It was working perfectly until it was getting that error message.
Keeper of the
Grumper.
Say again?
Keeper of the Grumper, yeah, they're online. You can search for them online, and they'll tell you their telephone number and their address. One other thing that we do is on brush and bulky day, we put stuff out on the curb, and by the next morning, it's gone.
I don't know if I'm allowed to do that here? Because I have an HOA here. Are you allowed to put stuff out, or is it only at specific times?
Brush and bulky is for the city. It has nothing to do with the HOAs.
Okay, I'm new to all of this. All right. So what was that first thing you said to contact?
Keeper
of
the Grumper. I just put the URL for Keeper of the Grumper into the chat, Gina.
Okay, perfect. All right, I'll check that. Keeper of the Grumper. Okay.
That's correct.
All
And
right.
they're on the northeast corner of Fort Lowell and First.
Okay. What did they do? Who are they?
They're a 503c charity, I believe.
Right.
Okay.
They donate to the Scouts, the Tucson Choir, and a couple of other organizations.
Okay.
Really good. They when people donate stuff, they repair what they can and sell it. And if they can't repair it, then they recycle it responsibly. So it's a win-win.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you make sure you ask them for the tax receipt so that you can claim it on your income tax forms the next time around.
Okay. Okay. I'm sure it was like something really simple to be fixed, but I'd had it long enough, and so I just got a new one. But yeah, I had pulled the whole thing apart. I cleaned all the contacts. I unscrewed this. I fixed that, but nothing.
And sometimes they just go for no reason.
Yeah, it was just being a pain. So,
yeah.
All right.
I just sent you a private message. So check the chat.
Okay.
Kevin, sometimes I fail to get notifications for messages for iMessage or WhatsApp,
all right,
which would come to my phone. But sometimes they go away.
What do you mean by just the fact that you got a new message, or?
Yes, yes. Sometimes it works on the message and sometimes it doesn't. And I've got the notifications turned on as far as I think they got them correctly.
Yeah, if they're usually you should get them all the time. They shouldn't be intermittent unless you're in an area that has bad cell coverage or something like that on your iPhone.
It doesn't exist.
I have found with notifications that if I get one text message, say from my sister early in the morning, because she's in an earlier time zone, I'll see that I've got 6 notifications. I think, wow, I got a lot of stuff to read. Turns out that all notifications are from her one message. So that's another problem, I think.
Have you got repeating notifications on?
Good question. I don't know.
For text, you can
check.
set more. Yeah. I forget where that is, but I know you could. I've got it set to twice. So it'll come back a second time in case, just to let me know.
Well, see, I find they always come on when I'm trying to look at a map or something, and it covers up the part there where it says turn at Main Street or whatever.
David CarPlay.
David Ackland has his hand up.
Yeah.
You may want to turn on do not disturb while driving. This way, while you're in the car and you're moving, this message notifications won't come up.
That's a good idea.
It does send a message back to the sender, though, that says you're in the car and you have that turned on, which, you know.
Well, at least they know what's going on, huh? So
It'd be nice if we could opt into that.
If they're not expecting an immediate answer or something, why, that should work.
Kevin, do you know if the Grumper can do anything with laptops that don't have the password? Because I got 3 or 4 of them left over.
It depends on what you mean by the password. Are you talking about Macs or?
Yes.
Depending on the year and which password you're talking about.
Okay.
So
I'll take it in.
If it's before 2019 and you don't know what the password is, they could just erase the hard drive.
Gotcha.
And I would recommend that you do that yourself, Denny, before you give them a computer with any personal info on there.
How do I erase it if I don't have the password to open it up?
You turn on the computer, you hold down Command R when you turn it on. That'll get you.
You hold the power button on until the utility program comes up.
Yeah, that's only in the newer ones, Rich. He said these are older computers.
Right, the older ones are Command R.
So you hold down Command R, you get to the recovery utility. You go into disk utility, you erase the drive. After you erase the drive, you go back, you go out of disk utility and you say reinstall the operating system. It'll reinstall a clean version of the operating system on the drive.
Okay. And when it starts to ask you for your personal information, just hit Command Q to quit. And then the next person that turns it on will get to put their own personal information in.
Thank you.
Good suggestion.
Okay, we're going to take a break here. We'll be back at 7 o'clock for the general meeting.
Bob,